I decided to play a hardcore Nuzlocke of a completely randomized version of Pokémon Scarlet, except this time with a twist. I will be allowed to only use shinies. Before I get into the rules, there are a few things I want to mention. I have given every trainer guaranteed shinies, because why not? And second off, I have changed my shiny rate to shiny charm odds, so I'm not waiting around for too long. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the rules of this playthrough. I can only catch the first shiny I find in each route or area. So for example, I can get one shiny from Poképath, one shiny from South Province Area 1, and another from South Province Area 2. The next rule for this challenge is that I cannot surpass 3 levels above the next gym leader's ace. Yes, I'm only going by gym leaders, not Team Star or Titans. I'm doing 3 levels because every trainer in the whole game will have a complete team of 6, and staying below the level cap will be pretty hard to do. Next up, there will be no healing in battle. However, held items are allowed. Battle mode will be changed to set. And last and most importantly, if a Pokemon faints, it is dead and must be boxed forever. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. The 3 starters are randomized, however they are shiny locked. So our starter will have to be caught on Poképath. The 3 were randomized into Larvitar, Wigglytuff, and Finneon. So I chose Finneon to give Nemona the best of the 3, which is Wigglytuff, because Larvitar can't be evolved for her. I headed down to the beach where I had a quick battle with Nemona, in which I stood no chance, and she absolutely smacked me. However, this is a great showcase for how scary this early game is, with full teams of 6. After the battle, I made my way down to Poképath where Nemona shows me how to catch a Pokemon. She then supplies me with 15 Pokeballs to start out with, and this marks the start of the Nuzlocke. Now comes the time for the first shiny hunt, which let me tell you was one of the longest of my whole playthrough. Just kidding, this one took about 5 minutes of running around. Here's my reaction. Wait, what's... is that shiny? Oh my gosh, wait, what? Already? After like 4 balls and my Finneon fainting, I finally caught her, named her Majesty, and then I made my way up to the lighthouse, where I fell off a cliff and got saved by my phone, I guess? Anyways, I went on completing the Koraidon cave walkthrough, and finally made it to the lighthouse, where I met Arvin. For some reason, this dude's always mad about something, so he challenged me to a battle, which is probably the most scared I've ever been in a battle, because it was a straight up 1v6, and despite him literally having a Mewtwo and an Azelf, Majesty was somehow able to pull through this victory, probably because of Hone Claws, and we got the win. And I guess because we won, Arvin was so mad he decided to leave a full-on legendary in our hands, who will actually be kind of useful later on, so I'm not complaining. Now that we're in South Province Area 1, it's time for a new encounter. After about 30 minutes of running around in circles, I stumbled upon a shiny that I was very clearly super excited about. Let me roll you the clip. Oh. Look what it is. What I was afraid of. Okay, not I mean, it's a cool shiny. But, man, I was hoping for something else. I captured the Rapska, named her Turd, with an E, and it turned out to have the Swarm ability, which is actually very fitting. I leveled up the boys, well, in this case, the girls, and made my way to the gate into Messagoza, where Nemona challenges me to a battle. I get the win with no casualties and enter the gate. After gaining the ability to ride Koraidon and starting that treasure hunt stuff, I headed back to that cave from the beginning, and I decided to pick up a new encounter. Oh, yes, that's Shiny. Shiny is doing Lily again. I'm pretty sure the normals have pink flowers. Yeah, okay. After leveling her up a bit, I named her Lily and cleaned up her moveset. Oh yeah, and she has this stench ability, which like more flinches, I guess. I immediately start hunting in South Province Area 2 and got yet another quick shiny, which is again not as bad as I make it sound in this clip. Okay, that is indeed a shiny weasel. I don't know why I made it seem so bad. Floatzel's actually one of my favorites. Anyways, I caught her, named her Yoshi, and she's got a decent nature and decent ability, so not a bad addition. As you can probably see in the background, there are tons of Wo-Chien spawning, so obviously this is my target. For this one, I spent about an hour and a half running up and down this hill, hoping to see those red leaves draping over this sweet, beautiful slug. Here's the clip. Yes, dude! This was the thing I was trying to go for. Wo-Chien, I think is what it's called. Dude, that's like shiny. No joke, it took like 10 minutes to catch this, but I named him Wario, and he has a decent ability, bad nature. Taught him Magical Leaf too. Now it's time to battle Katie. I sped this part up for the sake of how long the video would be. You can still see what's going on though. I lead off with Wario, who has a decent matchup against Landorus. Magical Leaf and a payback is enough. Next out is Flamigo, so I swap in Turd. One Psybeam barely isn't enough, but 2 takes it out. Next out is Salomon, so I bring in Majesty, who sets up two Hone Claws. There we go, couldn't speak. And pretty much just sweeps the rest of her team, so uneventful match against Katie here, but you know, it is what it is. I'll take it. Now I'm on the east side of the map in South Province 5, I believe, checking out this glacier I thought was shiny until something else caught my eye. Yes! Finally! Hey, anyways, I can rock. I named him Shadow and checked his stats. Decent ability, not so decent nature, but overall great mon and great shiny. Next up is South Province Area 3, where I have probably, I think, my second fastest hunt so far. Here it is. Oh, there we go. I was thinking it was gonna be a Swalot. Okay. I named her Blue, super original, yeah, I know. And then switch her out of the box and replace her with Yoshi. She has a fitting ability as well, however no physical moves at this point. A decent nature, overall a fine addition to the team, better than Yoshi at this point in time. It's time for Brassius. As he's jumping off the windmill, I'll start us off with the explanation of the battle. I'm going to be leading with Wario, and he's leading with his Cyclozar. A neutral matchup for both sides. I basically just spam payback until Cyclozar is taken out. He next brings in Kubfu, so I take out Turd, and 1 Psybeam is enough. Out comes Shadow and 2 shots to Staravia with Rock Throw. He then brings out 2 Slowpoke, who I both one-shot with Lily's Leap Blade. And then last but not least, he's got his Dratini, who eventually will go down to a Gunk Shot after this paralysis crap. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Gunk Shot. There we go. I was waiting for it. I immediately made my way down to East Province Area 1 and found myself on the beach when this happened. Yes! Let's go! Ursula, that's sick. Crack straight. turned out to have a pretty good ability in battle armor, but it's not as good as his normal ability, which is guts. Anyways, a boosted attack nature is good as well. I named him Buddy and added him to the team in place of Blue. Next, I meet up with Nimona outside the gym where she challenges me to a battle. By the way, it was at this point I realized I couldn't even play on set mode in this game, and I'd been switching out the whole time. So I'm just not going to switch from now on. But anyways, I lead with Wario and she leads with Phalanx. I switch in Turd, who knocks it out with a side beam. Kricketot has the same fate. And next up is Wigglytuff. So out comes Majesty and 2 Steel Wings gets the KO. Next up is going to be Tinkaton. So I'm bringing out Buddy, who gets the Oko with Headlong Rush. And next is Tropius, so I bring in Shadow, who takes him out with a few rock throws. And last but not least, we got Arboliva, so I bring out Majesty, who cleans up the fight and after a few moves takes out Arboliva. Immediately after the battle with the Nimona, I start the gym challenge and complete it easily, and now I'm ready to fight Iona. I lead with Wario and she leads with Electros. A couple magical leaves are honestly enough to do the trick here. But anyways, next up is Passimian. So I switch out to Turd, who gets the kill in 1 Psybeam. And next in is Gastrodon. So this is Lily's job. 1 Leaf Blade will do the trick. Then Bronzong comes out, who takes 1 Axe Kick, but the confusion is enough to do her in. Magikarp doesn't even need an explanation. And last up, we got Dolive, who terrestrializes to normal, so an Axe Kick, boom, dead. This fight is what really proved to me that Lily deserves a spot on this team. Hey, it's time for the next shiny, right? Right, in the Asado Desert, right? Yes, dude, finally. Alright, what should I bring out for this? Yeah, anyways, after that, I went to all the Delibird present areas, bought some held items for all my guys, and set them up with some stuff I'll show you right now. Feel free to pause right now, but I feel like all of these are pretty fitting items for everyone. We're then asked to take Kofu's cute little Venonat wallet over to him in Cascarafa, I think, where we're going to be doing some very suspicious stuff after a battle with his goon. Kofu time. He leads with Slacking, I lead Majesty, and a couple Steel Wings are enough to take it down. Next in is Sandy Shocks, who's taken out by one of Buddy's Headlong Rushes. And the next 2 Young Goose share that same exact fate. Next up is Stantler, so I bring in Turd, who will get the job done with an extra sensory and a struggle bug. And for his ace, we got Garganackle, who perishes after 2 Leaf Blades from Lily. To be honest, at this point, offensively and grass type wise, Lily is just far better than Wario, so in the near future, some team changes will be coming up. Time for the next shiny hunt, right? Well, the game had something a little different in mind. So as you can see, this Salazzle has Shadow Tag, so I can't really run away. I can't use Steel Wing because it resists, because it's Fire type. It sets up a nasty plot, which is not good. Special attack rose sharply. Okay, well, maybe like a couple plucks will kill it. Yeah, so I hit it with 3 plucks. And look at that, not dead. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
No shot, that just killed it. Yes way, that just killed. However, this next shiny completely makes up for what just happened.
Yes! Oh my, no way, I got a Palkia, bro. I've been hunting for like 4 hours. Finally! I have a quick ball. Wait, it works though. Stand. No way. Okay.
It doesn't happen for a little bit, but I do name him Knight in honor of our Corviknight Majesty, who sadly perished. But anyways, he has a justified ability, which is alright. I also changed his nature to up special attack, so before we get into the gym battle with Larry, there's one thing I want to mention. From now on, I'll be only getting 1 encounter after every gym, just because, you know, shiny hunting takes kind of a long time, even with a little better odds than full odds. I just don't want to spend all that time getting shinies I'm probably not going to use anyways. With that out of the way, let's get into the battle. Alright, Larry, here we go. I lead Lily, he leads Relor. I bring in Shadow, who takes it down with 1 Rock Tomb. Or 2, I think. Next up is Dratini, so I bring in Knight, and gets the kill with Ice Beam. The Go-Goat goes down to 2 Ice Beams. Hippopotas is out next, goes down to 1 Ice Beam. Then Bramblegast, who goes down to 1 Ice Beam. And so now Impidimp is out, who actually brings up a problem. I switch out to Swalot, who gets obliterated by Dark Pulse. Then I switch into Ursaluna, who same thing happens. So I finally switch into Knight, who's able to take it out. Nemona is up next. I lead with Lily and she leads with Sableye. 2 crit Leaf Blades take it out, and next up is Wigglytuff. 2 more crit Leaf Blades take it out. Donphan's next up. 1 Leaf Blade. Now she brings out Bisharp, where 1 Axe Kick is an easy one-shot. Next up is Slacking, who eats an Axe Kick and does some big damage back, so I switch in Shadow, who sets up a little bit and gets him down to red. And then I just decide to bring in Knight, who can take it out. Last up is Sudowoodo, and 1 Water Pulse is enough to get the Oko. It is now time to show the shiny that I just got. I figured this one would eventually happen. This specific Pokemon is on every route on the whole map. It's kind of a bland one. Here it is.
I can't tell, but please don't tell me that's shiny. Oh no. No. I mean, I don't even know how I saw that. But okay. Hey, shiny mousehold. Got it.
I tried to name them Jerry's, just singular plural, but I ended up naming them Jerry's double plural. Anyways, a really good ability you wasted, because this thing is never joining the team. Here we go, rhyme time. Ha, good one, right? After she beats a child in a rap battle, it's time for the real battle, a double battle, which might be hard to commentate, so hear me out. Dreadnought is gone from Lily's Leaf Blade. I double teamed the Cresselia and didn't even think a thing of it. And just like that, Lily's gone. Quaxley killed it with an acrobatics. So I bring in Knight, who obliterates it with a Thunderbolt. But that's not the end. She brings out a Hoopa Unbound with Wonder Guard. I can only hit this thing with like 2 moves. So I bring in Turd, who thankfully has a 4 times effective move, and we situate the battle out. It works out in the end, but R.I.P. Lily. She didn't deserve this, man. I have to put her in the death box with everyone else. Just Corviknight, actually. I mean Majesty. Rip to the 2 goats. She was actually hard carrying this team for a little bit there. Well, looks like our boy Wario's back in. I actually changed his nature, so he has a better special attack now, so he's not so bad.
Oh. Whoa, isn't that a shiny Mareep, huh?
I named the Mareep Bell, and it turned out to have the Rockhead ability with a plus speed and minus special defense. It's time for Tulip. She leads with Tandemaus, I lead with Knight, who is able to KO her first 3 Mons pretty easily. Next in is Marini, so I bring out Belle, our new team member, who takes it out with 1 discharge. Then Applin comes in and goes down to 2 Dazzling Gleams due to Sturdy. Last up is Toxtricity, who has Earth Eater unfortunately, so Buddy is useless here. I do a bunch of switching around and put it to sleep. Then eventually I bring out Shadow, who gets the KO with 2 Rock Slides. I then made it to Glossiado Mountain to get my next encounter.
Wait, is that shiny? I think it is, because the other one was like full on green. Uh oh, no, wait. Don't despawn, don't despawn. Let's go, I hit him. Wait, why did that Landorus look different too? Wait, what? I'm pretty sure these 3 are like shiny or whatever, but this guy's the only real one, I guess.
I named the Iron Thorns Doodle Bob, and he turned out to have Supreme Overlord. But actually, I decided not to add him to the team. Grusha, the final gym leader, is up next. They lead with Oranguru, and I lead Knight, who gets the 3-shot with Dragon Breath. Then Sandile comes in and goes down to 1 Water Pulse. Next up is Crabrawler, disguised as Moltres, who goes down in 1 Water Pulse again. Slitherwing comes out and causes a couple problems for Knight here, but he takes him out with a Flamethrower. Last is Moltres, obviously, who I bring in Shadow, who gets the kill after a couple roosts. I leveled up my team a little bit and made my way over to the Elite Four to take the test. Funny enough, it took me 3 tries to finish this test because I kept clicking through, like spamming A, and picking the wrong answers on accident. But eventually we made it through, and we're ready for the Elite Four. First up is Rika, who leads with Hoppip, and I lead with Shadow, who gets the kill with one Rock Slide. Next is Iron Hands, so I switch to Buddy, who takes it out with a couple high horsepowers. And then Berserker goes down to 1. Same to Houndoom. Then Slowking comes out, so I bring in Bell, who takes it out with 1 discharge. Tinkaton then comes out, and I try to do as much chip damage with Bell as I can, before bringing in Knight, who takes it out with a flamethrower. The second Elite Four member is Poppy, who is a literal child and somehow ended up here. Anyways, I lead Shadow again, who takes out Shuppet with a crunch. Then comes Ralts, who goes down to a Rock Slide. Then Axew, who has the same fate. Next up is Raichu, and I take it out with 2 crunches. Then is Wattrel, and goes down to a Rock Slide. Next up is Sandile, who goes down to a Low Kick. And that's Poppy. Easy sweep. Next up is... He leads Iron Valiant, I lead Knight, who does big damage but also gets big damage on him. So then I bring in Blue, which is really not a good idea, but manages to get the KO with Sludge Bomb. Next is Tauros, so I bring in Shadow, who sets up some stones, and then finishes it off with a Low Kick. Next up is Sunflora, so I bring in Bell. Bad idea, somehow. Wasn't expecting this from a Sunflora. Anyways, switch into Wario, who takes it out with a couple Dark Pulses. Then he brings in Masquerain, and I make arguably the worst decision of this whole playthrough of staying in. I forgot Wario was a Dark type and a Grass type, so that's my bad. I then bring in Buddy, who eventually takes it out. Then Frostmoth comes out and takes big damage to the stones and dies to a slash. Last is Hetena, who dies to 1 slash, and that's Larry. Here we go. Hassel, the final Elite Four member. He leads Glalie, I lead Knight. 2 flamethrowers is enough. Next up is Toxicroak, and I take it out with 2 Dragon's Breaths. Then is Tornadus, and I take it out with 1 Ice Beam. Next up is Knackley, so I bring in Shadow to set up Stealth Rocks. Then I take it out with 2 Low Sweeps. Next up is Combee, and 1 crunch is enough to kill. And last but not least is Shroodle, and I'm able to take it out with 1 Stone Edge. through these doors lies the final opponent of this challenge. I head to the top where I meet Gita, who challenges us to a battle. She leads with Fido and I lead Shadow, who sets up stealth rocks. And then I switch into Knight, who's gonna take it out with one water pulse. Annihilate comes out next, but goes down to a final gambit. Next is Quaquaval, and I bring in Belle, who takes big damage. So I switch into Blue, who's gonna take it out with Sludge Bomb. Next is Electros, so I bring in Buddy, who gets the KO with high horsepower. When Makuhita comes in, I use Play Rough, which misses, then I risk the KO with Headlong Rush, but I end up getting it. Then her final Pokemon comes out, Pikachu, which I one-shot, earning the title of champion. First off, I want to thank you if you watched all the way to the end. I'm very new to this, but I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. If you have any recommendations on what game or challenge I should play next, please make sure to leave a comment. I will be responding to all of them. And again, I want to thank you all for watching and hope you have a great rest of your day.